In 1933, the Independent General Conference of the Methodist Church in the Philippine Islands was formed out of the then current nationalist fervor of the times. Led by the Reverend Cipriano Navarro, Dr. Melquiades Gamboa, and the Reverend Samuel Stagg, the Cosmopolitan Student Church was subsequently organized as an offshoot of the Methodist Central Church. Cut off from missionary funds, without their own building, and equipped with nothing but faith in God and a righteous cause, the new congregation moved from one place to another, from vacant spaces to the Masonic Temple, the UP Little Theater, the Gaiety Theater in Malate, then to private homes, until finally in 1936, the Cosmopolitan Student Church acquired a 1,700 square meter lot on Taft Avenue where the Albert Allen Boys Dormitory stood, the place where the church currently stands. The war years saw the church living out its radical faith and heroism as it became the center of activities for the underground guerrilla movement against the Japanese. Many members of the church were arrested and tortured by the Japanese Kempeitai. Cosmopolitan Student Church leader Jovito Salonga was arrested and tortured as well, and sentenced to 15 years in hard labor for his anti-Japanese activities, but was then released on the occasion of Japan's National Day in 1943. The heroism of Mother Stagg and the two other American missionaries, Dr. Hawthorne Darby and Miss Helen Wilk, led to their arrest and torture, and on August 28, 1944, were executed by the Japanese Kempeitai. Their heroism has left an indelible mark in the life and ministry of the church, and they are especially remembered every August 28 when the church celebrates Martyrs' Sunday. The post-war years saw the steady growth of the church. On May 25, 1948, the organic union of the United Church of Christ in the Philippines was completed, bringing together churches that had with them the traditions of 5 evangelical denominations, including the Philippine Methodist Church, of which Cosmopolitan Student Church was a member. The event thus inaugurated what today we proudly know as the United Church of Christ in the Philippines Cosmopolitan Church. The decades that followed saw the emergence of UCCP Cosmopolitan Church as a major urban evangelical voice amidst a heavily Roman Catholic environment. The ever-growing congregation began to enjoy a measure of prominence in the country as a non-Roman Catholic body whose roster of membership was raised by high-ranking officials of the national government, statesmen, and a number of foreign dignitaries. The longest-serving and well-loved pastor of the church, the Reverend Dr. Cirilo A. Rigos, not only served as an inspiration for the church members, but also for the larger community as he served in various capacities of leadership in church and society, both here and abroad. He served as General Secretary of the United Church of Christ in the Philippines and as General Secretary of the London-based United Bible Societies, among others. The church enjoys the distinction of raising from within its fold 2 presidential contenders, Senator Jovito Salonga and then Secretary of National Defense Fidel Valdez Ramos. History now records Fidel Valdez Ramos as the 12th President of the Republic of the Philippines and the first Protestant President of a predominantly Catholic nation. Today, the UCCP Cosmopolitan Church stands as one of the country's historical sites. In 2005, a historical marker was installed by the National Historical Institute at the very entrance of the church. This marker, written in Tagalog, reads, "Founded as Cosmopolitan Student Church under the Philippine Methodist Church, March 1933. Erected on this site, 1936. served as center of activities for the underground guerrilla movement 1942 to 1944. Occupied by the Japanese September 1944. Reconstructed after it was destroyed by fire during the Battle for Manila 1945. One of the churches that started the United Church of Christ in the Philippines 1948. New sanctuary opened on December 14, 1956. Initiated the Wednesday Forum for Open Discussions of Democracy under Conditions of Martial Law, 1973. Served as venue for the executive session of 22 senators of the Philippines, August 28, 1987. Celebrating 87 years of existence today, UCCP Cosmopolitan Church continues to carry the task handed down from the generations of men and women committed to the mission entrusted by God through Jesus Christ to be a church of servant leaders. Through the various ministry and mission expressions, the church serves the community in many ways today. From hosting preachers who share the vision of leadership both in church and society, to providing help to the community through the children, church, and street dwellers ministry, to the hosting of the Wednesday Forum, which sees leaders from all walks of life and the church talk about current realities, and to providing a meaningful experience in worshiping our Lord. This picture of UCCP Cosmopolitan Church today is summed up in the current vision statement of the church to be a transforming, empowering, caring, and exemplary church of servant leaders. As UCCP Cosmopolitan Church continues to invite leaders as well as people from all walks of life to become part of the community of faith, the celebration of our 87th anniversary brings the people to come together and affirm the mission of the church as succinctly restated in this year's anniversary theme, UCCP Cosmopolitan Church at 87, Empowered, expressing the empowering presence of God in the greater task entrusted upon UCCP Cosmopolitan Church today. To God be the glory.